If you haven't checked already on your own, here's the magic. This final step where we took our custom level setting and saved a layer comp out, well, how close is it to 2A? And rather than turning these visibility icons off, just click in this little box right here. And you can say, hey, those are kind of close. Well, how different is 2D from 2F? And that's pretty different. But what if we could find an intermediate step? So back here on this layer comp, which we're dealing with 2F, if we double click to pull up the properties and say, what if we open this up a little bit more and make it a bit brighter? Okay. Then we go ahead and go back to our layer comps, and with this comp selected, we need to tell it that something has changed and I need you to update. So here, this little icon right here lets us update this layer comp. So now when we check between 2E and 2F, they're quite different. Well, now how does 2F look in comparison to 2D? Well, different enough, don't you think? And if not, what you do is go back in and reset this. But as we go through these, are there any that you just want to reject outright? Do any of these not seem to work at all? And if that's the case, you can update these settings and update that layer comp. What if we wanted to wash this out a little bit more? Well, double click and say what happens if I pull this in a little tighter. If we wanted something that faint, well, we could go ahead and accept that and update our layer comp, or reset this to where we were. This is a judgment call. There will be times where when we'll duplicate a layer, say, hey, this is 2A, but I really like this and I want a different version of 2A. Well, all we have to do is click on this and use our shortcut, Control-Command-J, and call this 2A, and we could put a 1 there, which means it's the first copy of 2A, click OK, and then in our settings with this selected, we can go ahead and make that ever more subtle and say, you know what, I like that. So now I want to save out, turn that off as well. Sorry about that. We never, ever have two of these on at once. Or if you do, maybe that's a layer comp, and that's how you want to save it out. I didn't anticipate that. Who says you can't do that? Click on layer comps, click on, we'll come down here, click on new, and what is this? 1A dash 2A dash 2A1, and click OK. And now when we change and we see our visibility has changed to indicate this uppermost layer, when we click down here, we now have both of these on. My little accident. Oops, don't do that. Well, maybe you want to do that. What happens when you combine these? Experimentation. There's a mistake that may lead us towards something great or something tedious. Who knows? You never know until you follow up on these hunches. Let's come back and let's talk about how we save out some of the textures. And if we really want to at this point,